guys, Anthony here, back at the Imagine Cup. I've got Jonathan here with me with Team Bonsai Lightning from France, and your game is Seed. Tell me a little bit about Seed. I'm getting kind of like a Cannibalti, Rayman-y sort of Bionic Commando thing.
Yes, it was kind of one of our inspirations. So Seed is a mix of platformer and runner game. So basically the character bounces from left to right, and you have to help it go through levels by putting either a jelly or a grapnel. So you just swipe your finger on the screen. It's very simple and intuitive, and we have this good flow in the levels.
So when you're building something like a runner game or a game that uses a lot of physics, how did you kind of approach control? Tell me about how I'm going to do everything in Seed.
Well, actually it was really hard to come up with good control because this gameplay is kind of new. We didn't have many things to look at to see, oh, this is good, we will do this. So we tried to work with the camera. The camera has a lot of work, and how you create the grapnel, how you create the jelly with your finger, how are you going to hide the screen when you play. So
because I think we've seen, like you said, I think we've seen some of the individual bits of this before, the running, the grappling hook, dropping platforms. But you're right, I don't think I've ever seen them combined all into one thing. So tell me about how I'm going to keep track of everything I'm doing on the screen.
Well, it's very simple because we try to have challenges that are combining those two mechanics, but not with too much thing on the screen. So you just have like to put one jelly, then the grapnel, then another thing, but not everything at the same time. And we try to combine those mechanics with level design features such as the wind. So it pushes Seed like upwards, and then the grapnel has a totally different meaning. You use it to change your direction, left, right.
And tell me a little bit about the art style here.
Well, our artist couldn't come here today, unfortunately, but we tried to have these painted textures. Everything is painted. It's we have no repetition of on the levels. So we try to have this very atmospheric, dreamy ambience because, we really wanted this poetic feeling.
And I mean, France obviously has a very rich history in animation, and obviously you're living in the world of Michel Ancel, so that's got to be around. So there's definitely a very strong tradition of that. But outside of the developers we know, is there sort of a thriving independent and student game community in France? Is it big over there?
It's not that big, but yeah, definitely there are some indie developers, and actually we have this kind of culture because Michel Ancel creates Rayman, but in this he has lots of friends who create indie games, and it's kind of an indie production but with many people. Rayman.
Very cool. So it sounds like it's a tight-knit community over there. So you're coming here to the Imagine Cup, and obviously France has sort of a pedigree in video games, and you're up against some other countries that maybe have a stronger pedigree, a weaker pedigree. What did it feel like to kind of come here and see what the rest of the world is doing?
Well, it's really awesome because we have teams from Puerto Rico, from Angola, Czech Republic, and what we can see is we all have the same gamer culture, but we want to see new things, and those things are very different from each country. So yeah, it's really amazing.
Tell me about the perspective and feedback you get. Obviously, the feedback that you get from somebody from Puerto Rico or from the U.S. is going to be different than the feedback you get from your friends and your testers in France. Did anything surprise you? Are you learning a lot about your game?
Yes, we are definitely learning a lot because, well, some people tell us, oh, I love the art style. Some other tell us, oh, I love the gameplay. And I don't know if it's some kind of a country thing, but we definitely have lots and lots of feedback, and it will help us to improve the game.
So, obviously there are a lot of grants, a lot of cash prizes up for grabs here. It looks like the game is well on the way to being done. What would you do if you got one of these cash prizes? What were you looking towards putting it?
Well, first it looks done, but we need more content, so we would create more levels to have nice hours of gameplay. And we might also use it for marketing because we have no budget for that. So it would definitely help the project, yeah.
So speaking of marketing, if people want to learn more about Seed, if people want to find out more about the game, where can they find it and what platforms are you targeting?
Right now, we are targeting all Windows 8 touch devices, so you will find it on the Windows Store on your tablets or touch-enabled PC. You can also play it with the mouse, but it's better with the touch. And so that's the first platforms, yeah.
And if we want to go, do you have a site or a Twitter or something that we can follow as well?
We have a site, benzilightning.com. But yeah, we will put up something up there as soon as we can.
Awesome. Well, the game looks great, Jonathan. Best of luck to you in the judging today.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Remember, we have more from the Imagine Cup all week, not just games. There are a world citizenship and innovation tracks here where people are building software and hardware that is going to change the world. You can find out more about that on D News, and you can find more games from the Imagine Cup here at Rev3 Games.